Welcome back to Momentous Struggle, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. On this week's episode, Aubrey and I are going to talk about boxes we would like to see in the game eventually, maybe, or just something that we think would be kind of cool to like add flavor to the game. So we're going to go and just kind of do a little wish list of characters and boxes, I think, and go from there. So let's jump on into it. Aubrey, how are we doing today?
I'm only kind of crossing my fingers and toes because my internet's been acting weird, as per usual, apparently. But I'm doing all right. Had a fun tournament over at IO, the last Shatterpoint tournament over at Imperial Outpost.
Yep.
So yeah, end of an era there. I had a good time. It was a 3-mirror event, but I don't think most people read the description, and so they were just playing it like regular Premiere, and we were like in the in the second round, and I said, oh, it's 3-mirror, you don't have to play whatever, and they're like, what do you mean it's 3-mirror? I was in the description, everybody, but there was only 6 of us. It seems like this weekend is a bad weekend for Shatterpoint because I'm supposed to go to Mr. East today, and there's only me and David signed up. I don't know.
It was that's a last minute thing though. Like they didn't put announce that event until like Thursday or something like that. So I think that kind of has an impact on attendance when you don't announce it far enough in advance. And like Saturday, I think, I don't know. So it just didn't work out. I mean, some people I don't think could make it to the event or anything like that. So I think that was kind of a rough issue there and everything along those lines. So definitely a problem there.
I'm just spoiled, Todd. In other parts of the world, having 6 people for Shatterpoint would be awesome. And I'm over here like, why didn't we have 8 or 10 or 12 players in Arizona?
Yeah. No, it was a rough weekend. I mean, and we have stuff like, that kind of weird stuff like that too going on. So, I know like there was also a big MCP event. I mean, that's what I ended up playing in actually, because I was in an MCP type of mood, and there was 21 players for that event. That was an LVO qualifier. So that was kind of the big AMG event that was going on, I guess, this weekend in Arizona was that. So, there's not much crossover between those games though. Which is, I guess, not surprising, but surprising at the same time, because there are a lot of people that are into both games. But yeah, locally, there's just not a lot of crossover between Shatterpoint and MCP.
I mean, as Rogue Support famously said in a recent episode, we need to just steal some gamers from them. Gotta get them over to us. So come on, Izzy, stop playing. What does he play? Cabal? No, that's you. I don't know. Whatever. Get Izzy over here to play more Mandos.
Yeah, he plays
Spider Foes. That's right. I was like, it's some villain group. Yeah.
Yep. No, he plays Spider Foes. Now it's interesting. Like, there's a couple of guys that were there yesterday that were like X-wing players that came over to play MCP and things along those lines. So I think there's just a mix of different people for different events and everything along those lines. And we'll see. I mean, it's funny. Like some of the guys from the Wooden Spoon gaming group, they were out. There was like 3 of them there playing MCP, but they shift from game to game because I think they just like play like all week long at each other's houses because of like they live way out in East Mesa. So like they'll play a game for like a year, get bored with it, or we get burnt out from playing it, and then move on to another game and so on and so forth, and just kind of like keep doing that. So they're on to MCP right now. They'll probably move on to like BattleTech or something strange like that again. Like, and it just moved from game to game. So no, it was cool seeing those guys. I think it helped. Like, part of the reason I was going there was to just kind of help remind people of our Smite Club Open coming up, because the Shatterpoint's doing great. I think we're down to like only having 2 slots left for Shatterpoint out of the 32, so we're almost sold out. Where MCP's like got 8 people signed up for 32, so I'm like, are you guys gonna sign up? It's just, I think that's just the MCP people in our community though. They just don't sign up early, and the other, and I think that's probably why they don't travel as much, because like a lot of the events that are out there outside of the Arizona definitely don't don't do that. You know, they sign up earlier, they sell out so fast that they just can't get there. Like Carl Con's the same weekend and no one from Arizona's going because it's already sold out.
So what you're saying is that the game that, from what I understand, you have to have a very clear plan from turn 0 what you're going to do is played by a bunch of people who don't like to plan in advance.
They don't like to commit in advance. Is I guess probably a better way to put it. They don't want to make sure that they don't have anything that pops up at the last minute type of a thing. So no, it's interesting. But yeah, we'll see. I'm assuming that will probably start filling up here pretty soon. But been a slow, that was again like part of why I was there was just the reminder to everyone of, hey, there's still this event that's going on that's an official AMG event. But like again, none of them go to like a Adepticon except for like I think one person from Arizona went last year for MCP. So it's like the buy through that you get for the GTs just doesn't seem to matter much to them. Like if it was an LVO qualifier, and it is an LVO qualifier also, but it's like it's not that big of a deal to them. They're just like, whatever. And it's LVO 2026.
We've got 15
so it's like,
of those.
Right? No, not that many. Like LVO, I think we get like
I know.
This year we had 3. I don't think we're gonna have we don't have another one before that. But at least we have 3 people that like played in LVO qualifiers. But each one of those events gets 20 plus people, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? We're having fun over in Shatterpoint. Now, Todd. Before we keep going, I have something very important to share with you.
Is this another panda story?
It's the panda story. It's the same story.
We talked about this last week. Why are we talking about it again?
No. It's because I've now found the panda. I have panda now. Are you ready? Are you excited?
I feel like not really.
Of course, this is only going to make sense to the YouTubers, but that's fine. All right, so here is the
that
panda.
Thing's so small. I thought I kept on picturing this as like a stuffed animal or something. What the hell is that? What kind of a toy is this?
It's a Happy Meal toy. It's a McDonald's Happy Meal. Look,
holy crap!
McDonald's
The entire thing was revolving around a Happy Meal toy. The throwaway toys that on a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
That's what this whole thing was revolving around. God, this makes it even worse.
Yes.
Oh
Isn't it terrible?
Oh, that's
Isn't
awful.
It terrible. Can you imagine as a parent now?
All I can think of is that Toy Story short that they have with all of the toys that got left behind at the pseudo McDonald's and and they had like a self-help meeting where they were like, you're not a bad toy. You just because you got left behind. That's like, that's your panda? Was it the self-help freaking meeting forever? Like trying to sit there and cope with the fact that it was left behind. Okay.
Yep. Also, all right, sorry. For those of you who maybe are just catching up, the short version of this story is when I was very little, I had this toy, and I called him my best favorite buddy, and I carried him everywhere. And I was obsessed with this Happy Meal toy. And then I left it at the grocery store, and my mom has been traumatized by this event, thinks she failed as a parent because we lost Aubrey's favorite toy. And it turns out, Todd, I will have to show this to you in person. It's kind of creepy. Do you see those eyes? It has Five Nights at Freddy's murder vibe, like he's about to bear hug you to death.
Well, it's a '90s freaking McDonald's toy, right? Maybe late '80s.
Oh no,
early
it's
90s?
worse. It is 89. Let's see. Yeah,
Okay,
1989.
Yeah, late '80s, early '90s. That makes sense. Yeah, so it looks like a crappy '80s freaking McDonald's toy. So yeah, definitely. I mean, cool. It's a very weird thing to be obsessed over, Aubrey. It really is. I don't get it.
No. You have to understand. I have no memory of this. I have no recollection. I was 2 years old. I have been told this story over and over until it has become part of the legend of my family. And this is what it was over. I just wanted to know what it was that has like caused 3 decades of trauma to my mother.
It's insane that like a McDonald's toy that probably the Happy Meal back then was probably what, a $1.25 or something like that. So the toy that came with a
Right.
$1.25 burger and fries and a small drink freaking meal in a cardboard box has caused all of these problems. It's like it's a little, it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
The backstory of the canon of Aubrey kind of just, you know, these moments of that you know, those canon events.
Do you want to know the worst part? It's not even like like it has this little. I didn't even know it had this carousel. By the way, I only knew about the panda. It's like not even that great. Like it doesn't move. Like, oh wait. There you go. There you go. There you go. For those of you just listening, I'm spinning him around on his little carousel. He has a little merry-go-round.
Like a go-round thing. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that is different. That is very different.
Also, do you want to know what his actual name is? He's Grouchy Bear from Raggedy Ann and Andy. That like old British book.
Well, there was a cartoon at one point in time of that too. Which is
right. There probably was a cartoon. Also, contents made in China, printed in Hong Kong. that's listed on here. It's so weird. So there you go, Todd. How have you had any earth-shattering revelations in your life and solved 3 decades of trauma by finding a Happy Meal toy on eBay for $7?
I haven't. I'm you know that's a uniqueness just for you, Aubrey. I will say that it's a uniqueness just for you.
Dear listeners, I think I've rendered Todd speechless. Just go on with the episode. You can edit this out. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm sure there's like one person that's been following. Like at least Omnis wants to know the end of this. I'm sure he's been concerned at some point in time.
Oh, I am going to tempt fate by bringing this thing with me to Adepticon or LVO, just so that I could try and lose it again.
Okay. Like with everything that you went through for that, I don't know if that's the best thing, but sure. But yeah,
you're welcome.
Right. Well, before we jump into anything else, I do want to kind of give shout outs to a couple of different events that are coming up here. Looks like, I mean, again, like people up at are still going well. Looks like they are up to 17 players for the Garden City Open, which is going to be happening in August 16th for up there in Canada. That's the one that Leland from Aegis Brand Studios is going to be running. So that's looking great. Evergreen Open, where Omnis's event is now up to 20 players. So again, that's going to be pretty huge. The GT over at Nova is up to 35 players. That's going to be fantastic. They're going to have a nice big event up there. Like I said, Smite, we're up to 30 players as well. And then, of course, the Convergence, the AMG Grand Tournament it's being run by the Coordinated Fire guys. That one's up to 14 players. So definitely, you know, if you are looking at some of those events in those areas, definitely give it a shout out. I think it looks like in Spain they have a GT that's coming up as well in October. Looks like only 15 players. I don't know if there's any people in Spain that listen to us, but if there are, get out there and play. I mean, even if you're in the Europe area, I mean, like in Europe, I mean that's not a far travel area. I know like a lot of the MCP guys travel, you know, between multiple countries to play an event. So hopefully that someone can get out there for that one. So like, looks like there's a lot of great events coming up there. Of course, Zion's event is still sold out. They have one person on their wait list, but they are at 48 players as well. So, and of course, LVO's coming up too. Tickets are still on sale for that. I'm thinking, I haven't checked the numbers lately, but I'm thinking they're probably up to about 40 players. So definitely that as well. It should be a pretty decent sized event for something that moved so abruptly. I think a lot of people are going to be missing this year's LVO simply because of the dates change and everything along those lines. And a lot of people are planning on going again in 2026 because of just the changes and everything along those lines. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens. I mean, Aubrey and I will be there, of course. We will be setting up to live stream as well. So it'll probably be, I don't know. We'll figure out how that's going to work. I mean, Aubrey and I will probably be jumping back and forth with between TOing and live streaming and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. I'll probably be starting out in the mornings, knowing Aubrey because he's just so tired in the mornings that he'll be, you know. So we'll see how it all goes. We'll see how it all goes.
Mornings.
Yep. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it'll be a fun time. It'll be a good time. But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. I mean, that's only 2 months away, really, at this point in time. So. Yeah.
Oh, wow. The time just passed over my open grave. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's only 2 months away.
It's creeping up on us. My kids start school next week, man. It's like life is creeping up on us.
Yeah. Our kiddo goes back on the 4th, and then the oldest, of course, college starts a little later. But wow. Well, and again, remember, I think LVO is going to be even better next time because I don't know. I appreciate that it's no longer like January, March, back to back LVO Adepticon. Let's go. Yeah. It's like so I'm happy about the change. I just think it's going to take a year for us to get up to back to the numbers we had at least.
Yeah, I think overall it's a good move long term. As far as the change going from like those back-to-back events, like okay, because it was rough, man. You finished Adept or LVO, and it's like okay, let's ramp like no taking off the gas there. Get ready for Adepticon. So yeah, it's nice. For us, I think it's nice. I think for people being able to attend both conventions if they wanted to, because I mean they're both big conventions. So I think those are. It's a good time for that type of a thing. So. If you're looking to attend both LVO and Adepticon for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and kind of just jump into what we were looking at for like the main. And I think this is just going to be kind of something like just a fun topic for you and I. Really kind of just looking at like lists we think would be fun, and I think we're kind of like sticking with like. Like Scoundrels, Rebels, maybe Empire, Republic, Separatist, some of the bigger tags, so to speak. I mean, Mandalorians almost fall into that now. I think you could probably do something with Mandalorians too. I don't know. Is there something jumping out at you like that you were thinking of that would be a fun one?
Oh, you know me. I already have multiple ideas for Rebels. I think we all know what I want for Republic. And although I might throw some curves there, and I even have an idea for the purest of Christophers for Separatists because gimme, I know what I want.
Okay, well let's start because you and your good guy people. What would you do for Rebels? Because I was like on the fence with a couple of things. So what do you think for Rebels?
Okay, so since I've already talked about the Momentous crew from the Jedi games a lot, I'm gonna bring them up again, but that's not actually what I think we need. What I think we need is Saw Gerrera and his partisans.
Yeah, I was right there with you, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was right there with you.
Because he has... I hope I didn't steal yours. I could come up with another one, but...
No. I mean, it's okay if you steal it. I mean, there's a couple things that, like, popped up to me that probably aren't, like, even, like you might not have thought of. So, no, you're good, man. But, yeah, no, I was right there with you with Saw Gerrera and the Partisans.
Right? Because he has that... what species was that? He has the lieutenant guy that's always with him. He's like wearing the mask. I can't remember the species he is, but he has a lieutenant, right? So like, boom, there's your secondary, and then you just have a couple of partisans. Like he should probably do like a little bit of the Empire thing, where like even though he's a rebel and probably a like I would think he'd be rebel scoundrel tagged, right?
Yeah.
Like I think he should do a little bit of the Empire thing, where like you deal damage to your own guys to get an effect, because he's like the gritty, like I'm doing guerrilla warfare, and we've like he makes Cassian look like a wimp, saying we've all done terrible things, because he's like, not only have I done terrible things, but I'm gonna keep doing terrible things.
Yeah,
so I think that box would be so I think that box would be fun. And then you'd have like, I don't know, I think continuing the theme of like explosions, like maybe they have movement like Sabines where they're like setting off explosive charges or something, and then getting a movement because like so like you're maybe like you're blowing up an objective but then you run away. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of a way to make it a little different, but so something like that. What do you think?
No, I like it. I was right there too. Like that was the Saga and the Partisans was like kind of exactly what I was thinking of as far as for a box for Rebels because like I mean like there's a couple of some stuff like with like Mon Mothma where you could probably do something, but again that's like you're just kind of making another Padme style box, or even like General Rankin. Like you could do that in the Rebels, and like for like the like Battle of Hoth, where you could probably bring in like some like Rebel sergeant and like Rebel like snowtrooper types for like. But like I go back to it's like man, I think AMG might have missed it. Like they could have done that opposite of Veers when the Veers box came out, but it probably wasn't like something they were thinking of because of at the time. But I think that would have been really cool to have like that yin to yang type of a thing for that period of time. But along the Saw Gerrera line, a box I was thinking about was Stella Gerrera, his sister, with Lux Bontari and some Onderon resistance troopers that could be like scoundrel type, but potentially have like a Republic tag because they were kind of like they were getting assistance from the Republic. And I thought that would be kind of cool. I think that's kind of a deep cut for like for the Clone Wars show, but I thought that would be kind of cool to have something like that.
Hey, but I mean, there is a whole thing. So the new Mon Mothma book that's takes place. It takes place like days after Revenge of the Sith, or well, actually, I think some of the events is a flashback to just after Revenge of the Sith, and then I think it's actually like months later. But whatever. Anyway, in that book, Saw is still running around with some of the Onderon. I don't know, guerrilla fighters, I guess is what you'd call them. Like,
Well, he shows up in the first couple episodes of Bad Batch too. Remember, because they go to try and take him out, and he's with the Onderons there
yeah,
too.
yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely. I forgot. I mean, I did forget about that till you said it. But yes, so again, like that's you got a couple options, but boy, that's hey, if we have Riff Tamsin, we could have your box. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah. I mean, I like Stella was awesome. Like she was like the people like just rallied around her and stuff like that, and like you can have a secondary Luxmon Tori to go with like the secondary Ahsoka, and that you can have their little love triangle thing going on over there too.
Sure, sure. So sidebar. I am in the middle of a reread of the book that's set between the two Jedi games because I kid you not, I read it and then I could not remember the plot to save my life. I just remembered like it has the whole crew except so I decided I was like okay fine I'll just reread it. I don't remember. Yeah, there's a reason I don't remember it, Todd. It's kind of written like a bad romance novel for a good chunk of it and it's not very good. There's apparently I blacked that out of my memory because I didn't want to remember that. And it's sad too because the writer like nails all of the characterizations like of a character, each character, but the plot is like a really trashy romance novel. And it's not even between Cal and Marin, it's between Marin and this like random Imperial defector that they just pick up. and then it's so soap opera-y cuz like they end up rescuing like her they end up accidentally rescuing her love interest, like the defectors whom she thought was dead because she was trying to help them steal something from the Empire, but then it turns out what they thought was like a data card was her dead lover. Like it's so messy. It's so messy. Sorry, my point is you're triggering me. No romance novel Shatterpoint boxes, okay?
Okay, fine, fair enough, fair enough.
And I have nothing against romance novels, Todd. Like you can read, there's some pretty good ones out there, but a lot of them are not.
No, that's funny though. Like, so did you have any other ideas within the Rebel stuff? Because, like I said, I was right there with Saw Gerrera with you, like doing Saw Gerrera and Partisans. But
So one of the things that I've kind of enjoying is that AMG has been exploring this space of characters that aren't well, and they've continued to do it even after C3PO and R2D2 needed a glow up. But they've been making these characters that are very much like they're support characters, they're pilots, they're generals that aren't like out on the battlefield, you know, like Veers. And they've been making these characters that you wouldn't traditionally think of as belonging in a quote unquote war game because you want the big heroes, right? And so I was thinking you could get maybe a Bail Organa, Captain Antilles, and like a couple of the. I really want the rebel troopers at the beginning of A New Hope that you never see them again after. Like after A New Hope, they're just gone.
Yeah.
Like I would love with the weird bucket heads.
Yeah, like the '70s freaking space helmet type thing that they realized very quickly is not something you should repeat. Yeah, I know. I'm sure.
Yeah, I want one of those. I want a couple of those guys. Like I want to paint because remember, there's like that one older trooper, and he's the one that's like looking around, and he's like, "Oh man, we're in for it." Like he's probably like the sergeant or whatever, and like so I want a couple of those. I want a couple of those guys, but I was thinking like what box could you put them in? So
that could be at the very so at the end of episode 3, after the Empire becomes who they are, like you have Bail Antilles that's talking to Wedge about wiping the droids' memories. So yeah, that could be like fringe Empire type. So
I don't know what that box would do. Like it would be Rebel. It would be Rebel Alliance, and maybe it would be like Rise of the Empire era, because I know we need more boxes like in that time period. So it could be like Rise of the Empire and Age of Rebellion. But I'm thinking like Bail, and this is kind of also my same idea for Separatists. So I might be playing too much of the same sandbox. But maybe they have some sort of like super call the hunt where like maybe their attack on their turn is not as strong for like a primary or a secondary, but they get to direct the troops more. That's going to come up again in a minute. I just gave away my idea for something else. But yeah, I just made up the Bail Antilles one right now.
Well, that kind of makes sense with Bale. I mean, because like he was kind of behind the scenes guy, like sneaking around, giving communicators to like everybody, and keeping all of his connections, like with Ahsoka and with Kenobi. Like he just so it kind of makes sense to sit there and have him kind of like a behind the scenes move somebody, make an attack type of a character. I can see that. But yeah, so
yeah. What about you?
So Rebels wise, I think like that's kind of like where I was. Like I said, I kind of mentioned that scoundrels slash Republic one. One character that came up to me though, like Republic wise, like that's along those same lines of like a commander that kind of can move stuff around was Wolf Yularen, like Admiral Yularen, the commander on the ship.
Yeah.
Now the weird thing with him was like in his history, he went from being a admiral in the Republic Navy to being an ISB agent in the Empire. So like you could have him in either one of those places depending on where you wanted to put him. If you wanted another ISB kind of a dude, like you could do that on the Empire side. Or you could just have him with like again doing like some stuff with like him and like his like a clone commander type that he has supporting him, and maybe I don't know. Like I think you could do that him with clones on the Republic side though.
You could. Oh, I don't know if there's enough room on the card, but you could totally do a thing where you could just call him. I don't know, like Yularen military veteran or something like a generic title, and then like all of his abilities could be coded to like you have to choose a tag at the beginning, and then all of his abilities will like it'd be a weird identity, but like all of his abilities would reference, or probably an innate non-identity, but like all of his abilities reference whatever tag you choose. So like you could pick Republic or Empire, but then all of his abilities will like move an Imperial or move a Galactic Republic. Like yeah. I don't know. I'm not a game designer. There's probably a way to make that less clunky than I'm describing here, but.
But I thought he'd be interesting. There's probably an interesting like design space that I'm not smart enough to know how to do for sure. But there's probably an interesting design space with a character like that like basically over the course of his. I mean, like again, these are all snapshot in time, so like you could probably end up having like two different ones if you ever wanted to. I don't think Yularen's a
Do we?
popular enough character to do two boxes.
Yeah. Do we need to though, Todd? That's a
Right.
That's a different conversation. I don't.
Right.
I don't know about that.
I don't think they're like, oh yes, that's what we've been missing is two different Admiral Yularen boxes.
Yeah. Is that like having a Lobot action figure as a kid?
It is.
Your favorite character. Your
same
favorite character in Star Wars is Yularen, the stuffy admiral turned Gestapo goon. Like what?
Exactly. So there was one Rebel box though that kind of came to mind for me that would be kind of interesting, and this is a kind of on the vein of Andor, where you would take Luthen as your primary, and then have what's her name, Marquis, his little assistant as your support, and then have Val and Cinta as your freaking supports, like because they were like always out in the field doing the grunt work. I thought that would be kind of cool if you had like a Luthen box.
Oh yeah, we need. Nope, no notes. All right, we can end the episode right there. I will be insufferable if we get that box because yeah, that'd be so much fun. Sorry, I am just thinking about monologuing my way through the entire tournament until the TO ejects me for being obnoxious, and you'd probably.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. I'm honestly surprised that that's something that's like, man. They must have we have some nice TOs that just don't do that to you.
Yeah, definitely. I will say, you're probably gonna have to keep an eye on me anytime that Christopher is playing Riff Tamsin, because I am going to cue up the Jaws theme music every time his riff activates. Just saying.
So basically, what you're telling me is you're going to get banned from playing against Chris at some point in time. Got it. Fair enough. Sorry, Chris, but we'll do what we can to keep you from having to endure that too much. That is what's going to happen there. What about you? Is there any other type of like Republic or Empire or Rebels boxes that are kind of like on your mind?
Well, I mean, okay, again, honorable mention. If I get a Cal Kestis box, then I want the Inquisitors from the games too. Like, I think that would be cool to have the different Inquisitors, particularly from the first game. Like, that would be freaking awesome. We need like 15 torso options for Cal from both games, so that you can choose between your best pink poncho or his like edgy vest that he gets when he's feeling a little more grumpy in the second game. Just saying. But let's see. Anything else in Empire? Oh, okay. I just want the weird 70s hats. Okay, Todd, just bear with me. I want Navy. I want Navy troopers. That they have the big. They're like the evil version of the Rebel troopers. And like you could totally have like you could have Admiral Piet. You could have Admiral Ozzel, and he's like a secondary that like he has one of those defeated abilities, like he does something and then he leaves the table because he's incompetent, and then the Navy troop. I did not think about Empire at all before this moment, dear listeners.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, we can tell where you went with this. I think the better option.
I just want the Navy troopers.
I think the better option, Aubrey, is probably just to teach you how to use green stuff to sit there and actually like maybe do a little bit of crafting to sit there and create like some of these things instead of getting that box. I think that would probably be the better way to go. I think that would make people a lot more happier.
Whatever. Actually, I do think what we need, instead of having to dig deep into a bunch of like how do we get a primary, secondary, or support. I know AMG has said they're not doing these regularly, but I really liked the Bounty Hunter box where it was like 4 secondaries, and if they gave me one for Empire that was like a bunch of supports, like maybe the Navy Guard. Like I'm thinking it'd be like 3 units, right? So like 5 or 6 models, depending on if it's like a support. Like I know it'd be a little pricier of a box because more plastic in it, but like if I could just get like the Navy troopers or like another squad of stormtroopers, like different stormtroopers of some kind, or just I think that would be cool. And same with Rebels. Like if we weren't gonna get like a General Riken and like a Echo Base Sergeant and Echo Base troopers, like it would be cool to just get like Rebel Navy troopers, like with the funny hat, and Snow Echo Base troopers, and I don't know, maybe Rebel pilots. I don't know what else. I haven't thought about it. Another Rebel trooper of some kind, like because oh my word, I didn't know, we didn't really talk about the tournament that much because it was more of like a casual thing, unrated, just having fun at IO for one more time. But I was playing full Rebel Premier list. But then my friend came out and did a learn to play with Liam next to the tournament. Yeah, that's what happened again. And she also wanted to play Rebels. I was out of supports because I was playing 4 Rebel squad. Well, I mean, yeah, no, I was playing 4 Rebel squads. I was playing Cassian, PLC, Kanan, Hera. I used all of the good supports, and she doesn't know anything. She's never seen Rebels. Like, she's seen like all the live action stuff, but she doesn't watch the cartoons. I'm working on it. But I had to give her Clan Crease Mandos because like that was the best support I had. So she had like the Luke box and General Solo Chewie and Clan Crease Mandos, honorary Rebels for a day, because I wasn't gonna give her like Zeb or Chopper. She's like, who are these guys? Like that doesn't. Oh no, I was playing with Chopper. I wasn't gonna give her Zeb because she's like, who's this guy? I've never seen him before.
He looks like a bad freaking what do you call it? What was he supposed to be in the cartoon where he was impersonating not a Wookiee? Yeah, he was impersonating a Wookiee. He's just a bad looking Wookiee is all.
He's a shaved He's what a Wookiee looks like when you shave them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my point is, I think a support box like for every faction, frankly, would just be cool. Or even if it was just one box and we got like, I don't know, like one of each. Oh, but that's a big box. Okay, never mind. I don't know. Box, AMG, yeah. AMG, you figure it out. I don't know. I just live here.
Yeah. No, I mean, along those lines, I think definitely like separatists need something like that. Just like a droid box, like, and I think you could get away with doing that like without having too much plastic, because I think you could make a droideka like a single unit support, like a single model support. You could have like the commandos in there. You could go like, if you wanted to go crazy with Aqua Tag, maybe have one crab droid in there, like so that you have like a secondary droid that has like the Aqua Tag. That might be pretty interesting. So like I don't know, is there other droids you think might end up being able to sit there and work their way into that?
Commando droids.
I did say commando droids.
Oh, maybe I didn't hear you, Todd. It's a good thing. It's a good thing this isn't. It's a good thing this isn't recorded. Anyway, right. Well, yeah, no, just the commando droids, and I hate to say it because they were such a menace, but I think the Magna Guards need to go back to the way they were.
They were a menace when the game first came out, but I mean, like as the game evolved, they weren't that bad anymore. I don't think there was a need to sit there and change them at the point that they were changed. Yes, I mean, like at the beginning of the game, certainly they were very much a menace, but I don't think that that's something that needs. I mean, and maybe you end up like, I don't know, like come up with a different Magna Guard that maybe is a little bit better of a 3 support or something like that, or something along those lines. I don't know.
Okay, but hear me out. For those of you who want to reenact the best moment in Revenge of the Sith, which is obviously on Mustafar when Anakin is dealing with the Separatist leadership, I need my Newt Gunray box. Yeah, Newt Gunray and the stunted slime. He gets kicked out of the room. What's his name? I can't remember. Well, whatever. That guy or like Rune Hako or whatever. I think Todd's like, I have no idea who you're talking about. It's the Nemoidians. You know how like
I know
there's always
the
another
there's another
the other
stooge that's there.
Nemoidian.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other Nemoidians have names, just so you know.
Oh, I'm
They're
sure they
never
are.
referenced in the movies. But Newt Gunray and his little buddy, and then if you wanted to make droid, like this is just me trying to get droidicas in a different way. If we don't get these squad packs, I want, or what are they? Not
Droid
unit
packs,
packs,
yeah.
unit packs, or
Yeah.
unit packs. Because they're in that opening. I'm sorry, as a kid, my mind was blown by those destroyer droids at the beginning. Like the beginning of episode 1, where the Jedi get to be Jedi, like in their prime, is freaking cool. And so, like, you could just have them and 2 droidicas, and both of their job is to just order the droidicas around. That's what your prime like. Newt Gunray doesn't have an attack. He just has like super like he gets to order the droids to like make a full attack on his behalf or whatever. Like he has super tactical network where like they get to just a different unit gets to like make a full attack.
I'm
But
not
it
really
but it
into
has to be a droid.
I don't know if I'm
No.
into the Nemoidians. You know, I mean, it's like I'm in it. I'm in it for the droid because I'm not in it for the Nemoidians, man. I just am not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all.
Yeah, well, I kind of used up the good idea I had for them on Bail Antilles and Bail Argata. So, yeah, my
No,
bad. Yeah,
no, I get it. What I think is probably one that we could see that wouldn't be bad because they do have them in Legion is Poggle the Lesser with Sunfak and some Genosian warriors. Because we do see them over in Legion, and I think that might be something that we could easily see make its way over as Separatists too, because they are pretty common. I mean, it would be something I would expect to see on the radar of AMG, just because they've done it on a different game as well. I think that's probably like that. I mean, of course, there's also always Admiral. Like we've heard Admiral Trench and stuff like that, but I think the Poggle the Lesser would probably be an interesting box with the Genosians.
Oh yeah. No, that seems like a pretty straightforward one, especially since there's like two major battles get fought on Geonosis, including the beginning of the Clone Wars, and then there's also the episodes, the Clone Wars episodes that deal with them. So I mean, yeah, no, that would be cool. Plus, ooh, how do you paint those wings, Todd? Do I even want to think about that?
The
Because they're
wings
like,
might actually, yeah, like so. Since some of the things with like AMG stuff, like if you look at like Wasp in on the MCP side, her wings that they have for her come in like a clear plastic, and you have to paint those a little bit differently. So you would probably be looking at something like that, where they give you like a clear plastic that you would use to paint the wings instead of the hard gray plastic.
cool. Okay, see, I didn't know. So hey, sometimes you ask questions because you don't know the answers.
Yeah.
There you go, listeners. Your PSA for today.
Yeah, so there's stuff like that. I mean, it also with like in MCP, they have Cosmic Ghost Rider, and the front wheel of his motorcycle, his Cosmic motorcycle, is also clear, so that you can kind of paint it like with a glowing effect, which is really kind of neat too. So you can do stuff like that with them. So like there's clear plastic options that they can use to sit there and kind of make that work a little bit better and for painting purposes.
Nice. Okay. All right. All right. Well, all right. We talked about Admiral Trench. We talked about droidicas. Do you got any more scoundrels or bounty hunters or Mandos? I feel like the only thing we need is like the Imperial Mandos, like from the Rebel show, and then like maybe Sabine's family because for the Clan Ren tag.
That's where I was going, was with Ursa Ren,
Yeah.
her brother Tristan Ren, and then Clan Ren Mandalorians that we see kind of at the end of Rebels. We see that the Ren family and everything that they've done. So I think that would be kind of cool, having the matriarch of the Ren family with Ursa and then the brother Tristan. I think you could really have some really cool stuff with that to kind of again bring that whole Clan Ren tag into the game, because we do see it slightly, again with Sabine. So I think that would be kind of cool to see that. There's also the Fen Rao too. You could always bring in Fen Rao.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of Mandalorian exploration that could potentially happen. I don't know how deep you want to go in that. I mean, because it's like, the Mandalorian's already like, I don't know, giving giving the armor more toys to play with, man, doesn't necessarily seem like something that they want to sit there and allow to be broken.
Do
I don't know.
it.
What about you, man? I don't know. What about you, man? Is there something that you're thinking might be a better way to go?
No, I think it would be fine. I mean, obviously, what I think it would be is that Clan Ren would be kind of like the Spectres, where like they probably have like the Mandalorians are stronger together or whatever, but then like maybe they get a bonus effect if they're near Clan Ren specifically. So like to make so like they would be okay with Mandos, but better like internally with themselves and with Sabine. So I mean, I think that could be interesting. Other than like not really bounty hunters or anything. I mean, I would like to see some of the cool stuff from Tatooine, like if we could get some more of like the characters from Jabba's palace, like the Gamorrean guards, or like even Tusken Raiders or Jawas would be fun to like have run around the table. Like I don't know. Those aren't like fully fledged ideas. That's more just like stuff that could be cool in like a unit pack. Again, I'm trying to I'm trying to get AMG to make more of these unit packs, okay? Like just give me more random supports that can just kind of be good catch-alls. And Jedi Temple Guards. Jedi Temple Guard supports. Gimme. I want to do all lightsabers for the good guys, not just the bad guys.
So yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that they're having something like that. One of the things I'm looking at, because again, I've kind of was looking at like what's in Legion that we could potentially see that is over there. And as far as like Shadow Collective type or something along those lines, there's Pike Syndicate. You know, you could end up going with like a Pike Syndicate, like a box that has like them with like that could fall into Scoundrels, that could fall into like Shadow Collective type because they did work with Shadow Collective and things along those lines under Maul. So you could end up having that. You could also have like Black Sun, with like like a commander and like maybe like some enforcers and a Vigo or something along those lines that they have in the Legion game. So I mean, you could end up getting some stuff over there with like a Black Suns and Pike Syndicate or any other of the other factions, but I like those two in particular are already in Legion and wouldn't be that difficult to kind of like bring over to the game as far as like in a Scoundrel type of a thing. So I think there's definitely space for that. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. No, they could do a whole underworld. I don't know. You wouldn't call it an arc. I don't know. They could do a series of boxes where it's like there's 2 or 3 boxes, and they have synergies with like the scoundrel or well, maybe not mercenary tags because they're more of like crime lords and stuff. But you know what I mean. Like scoundrel pirate, some sort of synergy, so that maybe they do something with the Weakways too. Do the Weakways have a pirate tag? I don't know. I don't own that box. Anyway, so something like that where they work with each other is all I'm saying. Like some sort of super scoundrel synergy.
Yeah, that would be kind of the way to go. I don't think they only have Weakway, Mercenary, and Scoundrel as far as I'm seeing. At least that's for Guarm. And then looking at...
Yeah, no, there's no pirate tag. That's okay. I was just thinking what could tie those boxes together. It's just Scoundrel.
It would have
That's
to be
fine.
Scoundrels. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. And I don't think Pirates, I mean, would be the right way to go there either. So I don't... But yeah, no, it'd be interesting. I mean, like to sit there and go that way. I mean, and see what other kind of Scoundrels you could have, because I really think that's kind of the way of the world at this point in time is that Scoundrel tag. And like, and it's because Scoundrels are just so everywhere right now, like working with them and the spy tags and stuff like that, especially with Andor right now and everything that he can do with all of his amazing tags and everything along those lines. Like, do we really need to make him stronger, I guess is the question. Give him more toys.
Todd, I know I'm not the first person to talk about this, but oh my word, I was playing against Andrew in round 3, and he was playing Inquisitors with Cassian, and then like he had Dark Troopers, and I'm like, he gave up half of Cassian's abilities, and he's still good.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Oh,
right.
boy.
Yeah. No, like I think because I've been listening to Between Two Sprues, like Ray and Darth Poos, his podcast that he has.
Me too.
And they've been like, apparently they're surprised that people actually listen to him. When it's like I enjoy just listening, like talking with Ray in general. So it's like the fact that he has a podcast, I'm like, oh, I get to listen to you weekly, cool. So, but I've been listening to his podcast, and like he was running like this like Cassian sticky list where it had like Cassian and Ezra, and then Moff Gideon and what do you call it? And Fifth Brother. So it's just like a bunch of like double like counts as two type of or breaks tiebreaker units. So I'm like, are you serious? Like, it's like, so like you just always have people on point so that when this town's getting ready to blow, you just blow everything up. It's like, that's horrible, man. That is absolutely just disgusting, but okay.
Yeah, I was listening to that too. I don't know if I finished the episode, but yeah, same idea. That was good. And and also I've been listening to Coordinated Fire too. I've been trying to get caught up on podcasts because I've had some of these like on the queue for like apparently a couple months now because they're on like episode 7, 8, 9, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna listen. Anyway, the other thing that I think would be cool that you made me think about tiebreakers. Like if the destroyer droid was a single unit model, like I would think it would need the tiebreaker. Like that makes sense. Like it's a standoff, let's go or something. Like that could be a cool innate for the destroyer droid that I would like a lot. Trying to think, there was one other Empire. I know we don't do vehicles very often, but what do you think are the chances that either the Echo Base troopers have a Tauntaun, or we ever get like a dewback stormtrooper? Like I'm thinking like on a 50 mil base. Is that too Legion?
I think that's too Legion-y, man. I really do. I just think it's too Legion-y. I don't think it's going to happen. So here's the other one that we didn't think of. Here's a couple of like, what if we dropped into Solo, and we had like a Tobias Beckett, Val Beckett type of a box. There's that. There's also Dryden Voss with Kira that you could have. You know, so
I would love to have a.
Oh,
sorry, I was interrupting. I was just gonna say I would love to have the Solo and Lando from like that Solo and that Lando. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the OGs are the OGs, but I think it would be cool to have a special Han and Lando and what's that droid's name? The one that gets uploaded in the Millennium Falcon. We're not going to think about the implications of that.
L3,
like
L337.
L3, that's right. Yeah, so like something like that. That'd be interesting. Yep. We're not going to think about that too closely though.
Yeah, I mean, but there's also Rio Durant, like the little tiny dude with there's Rio Durant with the multiple arms. I forget what his species is. There's him. God, there's so many characters. Ephraim's Nest.
There's a lot. Yeah.
There's so many good characters that you could just take from that movie that I think would translate very well to this game, with all sorts of things. Just like I said, with the Dryden Voss side of things, and like his character, and like that entire organization, like again, is great for scoundrels. I mean, and that's a good way to get Kira in there. And everything else. I mean, I think there's just, because that's then you bring in Crimson, like you're bringing Crimson Dawn in, you could have some Crimson Dawn stooges or something like that. So it's like, I mean, and then like, you could always have like the Maul, like a different Maul from that time frame if you ever wanted to bring him in, because, then he could be like, Kira, you and I will be working closer together from going forward. It's like,
oh, Todd, you know what you could do? They could also just make Maul cross error, and then we could use him to do more things. Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, because there's Maul in that movie. I mean, there's a lot to pull from that movie alone that can give you, like I said, Scoundrels are just wide open. There's a lot of cool Scoundrel stuff that you can do, especially like as the game has grown and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I think those are kind of like all the cool ideas that I had. I don't know. Is there any other ones that like maybe like things that jumped out at you that you want to close out on?
No, I think we've covered it. I mean, the only other thing I'd start talking about yet again is Qui-Gon and some Gungans and some more Episode One love. But we've talked about that before. I don't think I need to belabor the point. Give us Jar Jar, cowards.
Oh God, no! Please don't. All right. Well, as we close out, as always, I do want to thank everybody for listening. Each and every one of you. I am so fantastically excited every time that I get to sit there and look at like the fact that people actually like listen to us and watch us on YouTube and stuff like that. Sometimes I don't quite understand why, but you do it anyway, and I appreciate you for that. But it definitely does, like everything you guys do, it definitely is awesome. If you want to support us, you can always do so by becoming a patron. It's as little as $1 a month, just to kind of help us do what we do, pay for the fees that we pay for, gets us the tools that we need to sit there and continue to stream it like Adepticon and LVO and everything along those lines. If not, I definitely we understand that's not. That's not in everybody's wheelhouse, especially in like these economic times. It's not the easiest thing to do. But if you do want to support us, you can always rate, review the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on, or subscribe, do all of the things on the YouTubes to make the algorithm really nice and happy. We appreciate whatever you can do. Definitely appreciate it. But other than that, as always, thanks again for listening, and
May the force be with you.